What's up everyone, BusyDesk here. Do you know that feeling that when you create your drum rack, your perfect drum rack, you found the best samples that you can find, and it sounds so lovely that you want to play on it whole day, so long that your neighbors already moved out to Thailand, and your flatmates want to kill you, so you lock the doors properly. Yeah, that kind of drum rack I'm talking about. So, the next thing you're thinking to yourself, what can I make to make it sound even better? What you can make is to add some reverb. One of the first ideas that will probably come to your mind as well. But as long as it's a great idea and there's nothing wrong about it, there are a couple ways of making it that are actually wrong. And I know the many beginner producers make the same mistake that I used to do as well in the past. So today I'm going to show you two worst ways on how to add drums to your reverb. How to add reverb to your drums. And then I'm going to show you one of the best ways, I think, how to make it and how to make it sound really good. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the Ableton and I'll show you how it sounds. Come on. Okay, so let's listen to what we have here. Okay, created this quickly in like a couple minutes. Now, the first thing that probably comes to your mind in terms of adding reverb would be to send it. Send it to a return track, which already has reverb on it, and that's a default by Ableton. So let's do this. So I just need to turn that knob, crank that knob all the way, or let's say halfway through, and let's listen to it now. As you probably can hear, that's not what you want to achieve because we have a kick drum also reverbed, and that doesn't sound really well. It adds loads of mods to the mix and you really want to avoid that. So what we can do first, probably just to go to reverb, add this low cut filter, but that doesn't really help too much. Still not good. You can probably also add an EQ8 after the reverb. Let's try to do that now. And filter the low frequencies out. Let's listen to this. But then you're filtering all the low frequencies from the sound of your drum rack, and I mean reverb on the drum rack. So let's find another way on how to do it. Okay, let's try. So let's forget about the sends for the moment. We can just simply add reverb. Why can we not? Let's do this. Reverb, just a regular reverb. Let's drop it after the drum rack. Let's say after the compressor here. And we have pretty much the same reverb. Let's listen to how it sounds now. Let's play with some controls. Now we already hear that the drum kick is already getting through the reverb, so I don't know what we can do about it. Well, we can play with the dry wet mix. Let's try this one. Okay, but now when we drive it all the way to the wet, we're gonna lose the dry signal. What we can do about it? We can quickly say group it together. Let's add another chain. Let's rename it. That's gonna be reverb, and this is gonna be a clean chain, and this chain is gonna be empty. So then we can add the reverb to 100%. Add EQ to cut the low frequencies out. After the reverb, let's do this. Roughly, maybe let's change this to like a different type of slope. And let's listen to it now, and let's add a little bit of reverb. Okay, so basically what we've created is we kind of created the same what you do here with the A send on the reverb, which is not what we want to achieve. Okay, now, so let's scrap it all and I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. So let's delete all the effects rack and just leave a drum rack here. So the drum rack itself, it has some really interesting options that you probably want to get familiar with while working with it. So we want to press this little button, which will show the chain. So we have all the samples here. We have some panning. We can send some of the cymbals on the left side or the right side. We can solo them or switch them off. Basically, that's what we have here, but that's not going to solve our problem. So what we want to do is press that little R, which means that's going to show return chains. but we don't have return chains in our drum rack yet. So what we want to do now is the simplest thing. Just right click in this place here and create a return chain. Now, this is a return chain. We might want to show the chain here if we press this button, and we can drop audio effects here. How crazy is that? You can add your reverb here, process it how you like, but for the sake of the demonstration, we're going to keep it even simpler. Let's show the inputs and outputs here. And that's going to show us really interesting thing, rack output. We want to change this to your reverb return track. And now what's the best in this all? When you open this little knob here, you have your ascend here, and that's going to send it to your Ableton's reverb. So let's try how it sounds like, and let's send only the snare for now. Okay, let's send some cymbals like hi-hats. So let's try to send whatever you want to send without sending a kick drum, of course. And that is so simple. And now what you want to do, you probably might want to create your own reverb for the drums only and process it a little bit. So filter it, maybe add some saturation. And that's also really simple. So you want to right click, create return chain, and then add your reverb here. Reverb. And now let's process it a little bit. So you can make it 100% wet because it's going through sands. We want to do a low cut filter on it. And then after that, you probably might want to add some saturation. If you want to know the main shortcuts that you really need to know, you can just click on this video here while I show the most important shortcuts for Ableton. Now let's go back to the video. We can add a little saturation. Let's add a little drive. Let's turn down the output a little bit, and what we can do, we have this B, and that's not going to be our B delay, but this is going to be our created reverb. So let's listen now. Let's take them out. Let's zero these out. Now we can hear only the reverb and we can work on it. Add a little bit more drive. Sounds not so bad, I like it. And that is how you create your sends inside a drum rack, which is very handy because you can send particular samples through to sends and through the effects without sending all of them like the kick drum, which you probably don't want to do much with. Now let's listen how it sounds with some other instruments. Not too bad. And while we're listening at the moment, I might use this opportunity to ask you to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, that helps a lot. Thanks. Okay. And you can use the same technique on the samples you've chopped yourself into the drum rack. And if you haven't tried slicing your own samples to the drum rack, you really want to see this video. There's a really quick and fast way on how to do it and you want to learn it. What if I made a longer video about drum rack and all the things that it has to offer? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you be interested? And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps. Now, thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next video. Cheers!